What's up, guys? Mike back again today, MF Vape. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Hope you're all doing very well indeed. Right, today we've got a mod that was kindly sent over from Health Cabin for the purpose of this review, and it's called the Tesla Wye II. And here it is, and I have the Stormtrooper edition, which is black and white. We've got the intake RTA sitting on top because I thought it actually looked rather tasty. It's a little combination. This is a super lightweight mod. It's made from your ABS polycarbonate. It's the latest edition. This is the original Wye that I purchased back in October or so 2017. So anyway, let's have a good look around this. We'll go down to the table and then we'll come back up top and I'll tell you what I really think of it. Okay, see you down there in a bit. Right, down at the table, here's the box that the Wye II comes in. So we got a picture of the mod there. Max 215, we got protections. We have a polycarbonate and ABS material, and it's colourful. My one isn't colourful because it's black and white. Anyway, on the side we've got Tesla SIGs and a barcode. On this side we've got the same. On this side we've got the scratch and check authenticity, and we've got Wye II written on the back here, the contents and the specifications. So we got 86 by 56 by 30 millimeters, and it only weighs 72 grams without battery. Right, usual stuff inside. Then we got a caution card, battery safety warning card, which is very nice to see. We got a QC card there. There is a nice little manual that you can sift through, and it's in a few different languages for you, which is always good to see. And USB charging cable and for firmware updates, of course. Right, here's the actual device then. So on the side we've got Wye II laser etched into this piece of metal that looks like it's been glued on there. So a quick look around the side, we've got a nice bit of roughness. So this is a plastic and it weighs absolutely nothing, this one does. On the top we have got a centralized 510 pin. Now it does say in the specs that this is 30mm wide, but that's only where it bulges out in this sensor here. I measured at the top 26mm. So if you do try and put a 30mm atomizer on, just like the FP, you are going to notice a slight bit of overhang, but at least it's centralized though, which is always a good thing. If we do put the Recoil Rebel on, I believe this is 25mm, you just notice that we do have a little play on either side. So I think your 26s, maybe 27s will fit on there. Okay. Right, so here's the side end with the fire button. So it's not the clickiest fire button in the world. The up and down buttons are definitely clickier. We've got a nice size screen on this one, and there's the firmware and USB charging port there. On the bottom we've got the usual markings and designed by Tesla SIGs. So the panel can be removed with this one. Just pull it off. There's no magnets in it. We basically just got you just clip it on like that. So here's a look inside. There's the logo. Polarities are marked, but it is in black, so you do need to watch out. But we've got a nice little strap there. So let's put it in. We've got positive up on this side, putting some Samsung 30Qs in. And on this side, do believe this has to be the right way around. So you want the Wye facing downwards. If you try and put it on this way, it doesn't actually fit. Like the original one, which you could put the panel on either way. So that just clips on like that, and then the screen does come on. So a nice easy menu system on this one. I actually quite like it with Tesla. We're just going to bring it in a little bit closer for you. So we'll just have a look at the screen, what it actually shows us. So on the top we've got the battery marker there. There's your wattage. You've got the resistance of the core voltage, whether in normal, soft or hard, and the wire type. So we've got new, press up just to select the what you've got in there, and it comes, you've got some sort of smart mode and it comes on at 60 watts for you. So to access the rest of the menu, 3 clicks, and you can move the marker around basically. So if you go to the top, press the battery one, it just shows you the version number that you're actually using. Press that again, 3 clicks, click onto that one. So you can adjust your resistance of your coil if you're in temperature control. You can also lock it as well. So if you move it to a long one, to where the ohm icon is, select it, and then you can either lock it, shows you the little symbol there, or unlock it by going like that. So 3 clicks basically moves you around the menu system with this one. So if you go onto there, we've got the different memories. We've got 4 memories in total, 3 clicks. Go on to where it says KA, so it's in cancel at the moment. We've got 316L, we've got nickel 200 and titanium, and also your TCRs. So there's the example of the TCR settings. You can type in the value what you want. Go back to the main screen, and we're in temperature control at the moment. So is the scroll in temperature control, 200 to 600 Fahrenheit. Go back the other way, and it does round robin into Celsius. So you've got 100 to, it's a bit weird though, because it doesn't actually round robin in this position. So it seems like you have to go back all the other way through the Fahrenheit into Celsius. So that's a little bit clunky. But there you go, you can adjust the temperature quite easily. To adjust the wattage in temperature mode, you just literally go through the menu, click on the wattage there, and here we have your wattage. So you can adjust the wattage whilst you're in temperature mode. Press the fire button to go back to it, and there you have it. That's your temperature control. Right, let's go put it back into cancel. I don't use temperature control, so we're going to just leave it in wattage mode. One more thing to show you. Click on norm, so you can have hard, soft, or norm, soft, hard, or user. And if you put it in user, you can go through the little power curves. I know some of you might want to do that. I don't bother with any of this, but you can adjust the different wattage levels at different stages of the cycle. So that's basically a look around the board with this one. Just show you the original Tesla Y in comparison. Now I've had this one in, I think it was like September, October 17, I believe. So this was super lightweight one as well. Totally different shape, obviously. But and the screen's slightly different. It's still very similar, but it's more sideways on the original Tesla. So I do like the fact that they've made it vertical with this one. It's a little bit easier to read, but basically the board is pretty much the same. Before we go up top, let's just show you the scrolling in wattage mode. So not bad, 0.5 increments, and it does round robin. So I think 5 clicks actually turns this one off as well, actually. Let's try that. Yeah, you can power it off. The original Tesla, you could basically just lock it. So it just locked, and you had to wait for it to just go into standby mode. One other feature before we go back up top, let's just turn it back on. You can actually lock this one, so hold down the up and down buttons. There you go. Power lock. We are back up top with the Tesla Wye II. What do I think of this one then? Well, to be honest, when I first got it, I thought, yeah, this looks really funky. I just think it looks really good in the black and white finish. Now, it's not the smallest device in the world. Let's put it up against some other ones that I've got, dual battery mods. Here's the H-Cigar Wild Wolf. We've got the Aspire, what do you call this one? The Sky Star. So that one's a little bit narrower. And then we've got the original Tesla Y here, which is obviously more of a like boxy type shape. So this one, it's got a bit of a old school feel about it. It's a little bit bigger in the hand, which is fine if you've got large hands. But if you've got smaller hands, it might be a little bit too big. But it's quite comfortable though, because even though it's quite angular, like all the edges, I think it it fits really well in the hand, and if you're using finger fire it works really well, but it's also really good in thumb fire. Now that little bit of grating on the back does help you grip hold of it as well, so because it's made of this plastic, it's sort of it's got a nice bit of grip to it, so it's not going to slip out of your hand in a hurry. So yeah, it's really well built. All the panels clip back in nicely. At first I was thinking, how long are they going to last, but to be honest, once it's clipped in there, it really is in there. You can put the batteries in very easily. It's got no need to have magnets, because just a nice click and it's on there. It's not going to come open. Got absolutely no battery rattle. It's just all in there nice and snugly. So the actual finish to it, it's all very well made. It is made of plastic, obviously, so it might look a bit cheap to some people, but I think it looks really good. And because it's made of ABS, it weighs 72 grams, which is like next to nothing. Even with batteries in, it's a really nice lightweight mod, so a great one to take out if you're walking the dog or something like that. It's good that it's got this 510, centralised 510 as well. I just think all mods are much better when you can put a central 510. It would have been nice if you could have fitted a 30mm atomizer on, but you can only get like a 26. But yeah, that's just what it is basically. But let's have a little toot on it now. Right, one thing to note with this before we do have a little toot. When you screw your atomizer on, it sort of automatically shows you what sort of wattage it thinks you should be vaping at with the resistance of your core, which is much like the Revenger mod that I have. So that's a really good touch. But we've got the intake on here at 45 watts. And it just works really well. It's hits pretty hard actually. I think it's better than the original Tesla. If we put just going to put this Elite by VGod on it, because I've got a couple of chunky cores in here, and you can crank the wattage right up. So it's a 0.13 core and it says 60 watts, so it comes up and reads 60 instantly, which is good because it sort of gives you an indication, which is sort of around the sort of wattage I would normally vape it. But this one can be cranked up a bit, so we're going to try it at 120 just to see what the chip can actually do. Now I have tested this with the Modifying Lyra and the drone. I don't think it's quite hitting 120, but it's pretty damn close. So I think at anything under 120 watts, you're getting quite a true reading. And between like 60 and 80, and when you're in a single core mode, like 40 watts, I think it works really well indeed. Love the new screen they've got on here. It's different from the original Tesla, but it's really nice and bright, easy to read, nice menu system. I think it's really user-friendly, the Tesla menu systems. I haven't tried it in temperature control yet. Suggest watching Vaping with Vic or Daniel DJ LSB Vapes if you're going to be using that mode. But in straight wattage mode, it works really well. And if you want it a bit of a harder hit, you can just adjust the put it onto a hard, and it gives you a little boost, so you get more of a quicker ramp up time and a harder hit. Now I've used it with mouse and lung as well, 18 to 20 watts, and it works perfectly. So this is going to be reasonably cheap. I think it's going to be around £40, $40, that sort of a ballpark figure. So for that sort of money, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. Got nice clicky fire buttons. These two up and down buttons are a little bit close. That's one little niggle for it. But overall, I just think it's a decent piece of kit, and I think I would carry on using this one. So if you did enjoy the video, guys, please give it a little thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, why not consider subscribing too, and make sure you hit the little bell notification. You'll be notified of all my latest videos. Now I've got my own website too. It's mfvape.co.uk, and you can also find me on the usual social media sites, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So big thanks to Health Cabin for sending over for the purpose of this review. It is very much appreciated. So until next time, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, cheers.